Good afternoon and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. This is Kristen and I'm here to do another layout. I'm actually going to do the process layout. I haven't done that in a little while. For those of you who've been keeping up, I just got back from Disney World on Friday. It is now Monday. So I know you are looking at this lovely Craft Smart Hot Buy paper pad Christmas. It's called Miss Claus, and you're thinking, this is not Disney. However, this is the piece of paper that I pulled out of here. I looked through my entire stash because I thought for sure I had some animal print because the first park we went to was Animal Kingdom, and I was certain I had some animal print. And I looked through, the majority of my paper pads, if not all of them, and then just happened to think, I'm just gonna look through here and see what I find. And there it is, the cheetah print. So that is exactly what I was looking for. I'm super excited I found it. So don't limit yourself to themes because you just never know where you're gonna find what you really need. So that is where I got a big part of this layout's papers. And so I decided, since cheetah print was where I was heading, I'm stacking stuff behind me. If it all falls over, it'll be fun. Okay, so my base page is going to be black because I felt like that was the best match for the cheetah print. And I have already matted. These are the two pictures that I'm going to use. This is my family. I'm getting ready to go into Animal Kingdom, and since I took the picture, I added this picture of me that I took in my Mickey cheetah print shirt that I made on my Cricut with some HTV vinyl. And so I went ahead and matted the picture of me on this like army green almost, and the picture of my family on like this, I don't know, it's not lime, it's like, it's not even mint. Anyway, I felt like these two colors kind of said safari to me. So those were just scraps that I pulled out of my green scrap drawer. I cut it to where there was an even amount on the top and bottom from my picture, which left a whole lot of space here, but I was okay with that. And then I trimmed this to where there was about the same, and I do not measure people. I eyeball most all the time. There was about the same space between the end of my picture and the end of their picture. So this is, let's see, I'll measure it for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 1/3 inches by, I think I cut about 3/4, not even 3/4 of an inch off of the side. All right, so see how awesome that was? That just pops right off the page with this bright cheetah print on that stark black. Now, this is great. I love this, but this is not enough. So I am going to go ahead and attach the page in the middle. And I will go back later and add some more adhesive to the corners, but I'm gonna do a little bit of tucking. I know that anybody who's watched my videos knows that that's like my thing these days. Lots of tucking. See, I just eyeball it. As long as it's not like crazy off, then I'm happy. So there's that. Now, we're going to Animal Kingdom. So what better to add to this page than, some animals. So I have an elephant, I have a zebra, and I have a giraffe. So we did see all three of these animals. I also have a flamingo, and it is not realistic looking. However, I like the fact that it's a pop color, and it is a S word for It's a Snake. Blech. And that bad boy will be as far away from my picture as possible. But we did see snakes. And then the other thing they have at Animal Kingdom is dinosaurs. So I don't have a whole lot of dinosaur stickers. I'm going to have to find or create some on my Cricut because we did a lot of dinosaur rides. So these are the animals that I am going to put on the page. And these three and the snake are all Miss Grossman's. I've had these, I think the back of, no, they didn't have a date on them. I've probably had these 15 plus years. This flamingo is, somebody's mowing next door, so sorry about that. Is a Stickabilities brand I just got, so these are actually pretty new, from 2018 actually. That's why they were on clearance. So I pulled one of those because we did see a lot of flamingos. And the dinosaur, I think, is Miss Grossman's as well. Yeah, and I've had those for quite a while too. So I've stuck that down. I decided that I wanted the zebra, once I take it off this white backing, because the outside of the majority of him is black, it's going to blend in. So I am going to tuck him just a little bit right here. Might as well go ahead and do it while we're at it. All right, make sure I got all my little bits and pieces off of there. So I really don't want to tuck him too much because I want all that color, but I want him to be like standing on top of this picture. Okay, so there is the zebra. He still blends in some, but I think that it looks fine. I don't want to do a whole lot of extra matting. All right, and then this ew, yucky, grody, slithery thing is gonna come over here and sit on top of my family's picture because they love these yucky, creepy, grody, slithery things. And if you like those things, I don't hold that against you. I'm just saying. Ugh. Okay. I am now going to put the giraffe on here. And I'm just thrilled that these are actually still sticky because I'm not kidding. Oh yeah, here we go. I don't know if you can see this. 1990. 1990. I don't even know how I got 1990 stickers. I mean, I started scrapbooking in 1995. So, and it is still like sticky. Like it didn't skip a beat. So, Miss Grossman's, if you're still in business, I know why, because you are awesome. All right, so I'm not worried about the poor little legs getting lost down there. I did consider trimming the legs off and putting them to where they're down here, but I thought that would look really odd. I've done that on a page before, but it wasn't this deep. But I felt like that would look really odd with the majority of his body here and then his little feet down here. He'd look like this super large giraffe. So plus I have something I'm putting down at the bottom. Okay, so then I got my elephant, and I was gonna originally tuck him in, but I really like them just looking like they're walking across this shelf that I've got here. Of course, a giraffe, that would not work because he's a little bit tall. Okay, and then I'm gonna put the flamingo on here. I gotta be careful because these I have learned working with, not these specifically, but things like flamingos who have really thin little legs and necks tend to, you know, tear apart. Okay, so I definitely want him to be standing right in the middle. There's something under there. Okay, so get that on there. And that stands out really well against that darkness too. I cannot believe I've looked all over for this paper to see when these stickers are made, and I am like, cannot believe they're from 1990. Lord have mercy. So I was gonna put this dinosaur right here. Yep, I think I still am. I think when I laid these out originally, I had put these, maybe this over further, so there wasn't this space here, but I kind of like it. See, it's all scrapping, winging it kind of business that I got going on. All right, so I'm putting this slightly over my picture, so it's like standing on top of my picture. All right, I originally was going to name this layout "We're Off to See the Lizard" because my husband will kill me for admitting this. As we were walking into Animal Kingdom, he was singing "We're Off to See the Wizard," but said lizard, because we were going to the dinosaur, one of the dinosaur things first. Okay, so there is that. Now, I decided that I wanted something Disney-esque pulled into this, since this was all, so far, just the animals. So I have this Wish Upon a Star ephemera that my friend gave me from Echo Park, and it has all these really great little die cuts. And I found this one that says "Let's Get Goofy," and I really thought that was super fitting of my family, because I don't know if you could see that, but they are being super goofy. So I was gonna originally put it here, but it doesn't fit like I wanted it to. Maybe because I moved the snake over too much, I don't know. See, this is what happens. This is me suggesting that you lay things out and then either take a picture or like put it down as you go. Okay, so I'm gonna put this "Let's Get Goofy" here and put the snake over it. But I think, nope, let's see. Let's get goofy. And then I can put the snake right back here. I think it'll be fine just like that. I just need to move the snake a smidgy, and it'll be good right here. But I'm gonna pop it up on foam, and I have misplaced my foam. I have a, oh my goodness, there's so much stuff over here. So I have this sheet, so ghetto. I have this sheet of dot foam squares, or they're not foam squares if they're circles, Kristen. Wee-fey. So the circles will not pop out, like I can't get them to come out, but they're super sticky. So I just cut because that's how I roll. I mean, you know, if it's not gonna work the way it's supposed to, then I'm gonna find a way to work it out, because I'm not gonna waste these. I got 2 sheets like this, and they're still super sticky and do exactly what I need them to do. They're a little less thick than some of my other ones, and I like that because then I have a variation. And so and after watching a lot of YouTube videos of other people, I've learned that I was being a little too limiting on my foam. Like I put it in the corners and like one little dot in the middle or something, and they're like, put a lot of foam in there so that it doesn't dip. And I'm like, dip? What are you talking about? So as I go back and look at some of my other layouts, I'm like, oh yeah, dip, I see what you're saying. Okay, here's the downside to these little things. All the little circles had to be pulled off there. Just the little cover. Anyway, so I have started putting more foam on here. So I have bought quite a bit of the foam rolls. You can get, I think, 3 of them in a pack at the dollar store. And I have not had any issues with them not being sticky, not holding, and I've been using them for, I don't know, almost a year. And I've definitely been back in my, you know, books and stuff and have not seen, obviously it's not been tested for 50 years or anything, but, you know, I can't be too terribly picky because I gotta stick to a budget. All right, there's the downside. Okay, so this is a little bit puffed up, and I think I'm gonna have it right here on a little bit of a tilt so that you can see it's covering up some of this extra space here. So this was the only real blue in there except for this lovely So I decided that I wanted, this is another little itty bitty thing that was in that ephemera pack, and it has the exact same colors. So I thought that I would pop that bad boy up too. It's just an itty bitty circle, and it really is a circle. Oh gosh, I need to go back to school. I don't know my circles from my squares anymore. I thought that it would be a good little just extra piece of that same color, and it's from the same kit, the same ephemera pack, so it is a definite match. And then I thought, well, I really would like to have a little extra something, so I'm gonna drop this here. And then I got out of the Echo Park 6x6 Remember the Magic, I cut one of these cut aparts, you know, the ones that you can cut apart. If you did not watch my video the other day, I went on and on about the dang cut aparts because I was admitting to the fact that I just realized recently that you could cut those things apart, or that you know, that's what people did. Like big 12x12s that are like that. Yeah. I'm like, how am I supposed to put pictures on here and then I'm covering up everything? I've been real creative with that in the past, trying to lay pictures out and stuff and not cover the right things. Okay, so this is just that same color with a little bit of red, which also brings this red from the sign in. It just says love this place, and I'm going to tuck it right here with this little foam dot that I pulled out, so it all goes together. And one last thing that I want to do, this is going to be my title. So the last thing I'm going to do is something that I'm sure some of you are like, oh my gosh, this girl's crazy. But I am a hoarder. I can't help it. I keep everything. I mean, I have scraps that are itty bitty little squares, little slivers, little lines. I cut a banner out. I mean, these are just things I'm pulling around from where I'm at. I cut this banner out and it was like a layered one. I kept this because I could do something with that. I mean, obviously I trash my little stash here, but I keep my packages, and I keep, you know, I've got some of the rings from my tape so that I have circles because they're different sizes, so I use that. I keep everything. It's crazy. My scrapbook space is a mess. So this is something I kept because I thought it looked really cool. This was some little squares. They were animal print. I don't know if you can even see that on the camera, but there was like giraffe and cheetah and zebra print stickers there. So I thought this was really cool, the little squares, and it's in like animal print type, you know, colors. So I thought that this would be really cool on a page, and I wasn't sure what page I would put it on. I thought I could figure something out, and I did. So I am going to, this is the other reason I didn't put the giraffe legs down here. I'm gonna lay this and see if I can do it without like getting it messed up as I drop it. So I'm not necessarily gonna center this, but I wanna kind of get it in the middle of my paper. And I want the whole square, like the whole thing, to show through. And some of them are black, so you can't really see them very well. But I think the white around it looks really cool. Let's see. I just thought it was a neat little element to add. I don't know that white showing up here. I just thought it was a really neat little element to add to the page. And all it is the leftovers from a sticker. So I don't typically keep things like that. I kept this because it was these cool little squares. It was the neat colors, and I just thought that it was kind of cool and something I could use, even if I like just traced the inside of it and then took it off and pitched it. But there it is. There's my layout. I will go back and just put a little extra adhesive on the corners and the sides of this piece right here. And I already have my title. I will put a date probably down here on the corner. And if I do any journaling, which I probably won't since this is kind of like the cover page for the day, I will, but if I do some journaling, I'll probably do it either in this space or along this line of one of these animals, which is what I've been doing. Other than that, it is done, and I love the way that it turned out, and I hope that you all enjoyed that too. So have a wonderful day. I hope you got a chance today to do something you love with someone you love. Happy scrapping.